Negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Clelin Ferrell able to record his 5th sack of the season.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
To try again after the sack. Dalton, Green brings it in. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. On the toss, Mixon. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Here we go. Hey, 25 to Mike. We're going 25 to Mike. Hey, pick your game up.
Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down.
368. Hey, Haywood.
Dalton here from the gun. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Max Crosby in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback, because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one, as it's good from 56 yards out. Had just the one big play on the drive.
One big play of what they hope will be many others throughout. Points on the board on that drive.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the second.
And now the up man has it. It's a fake. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That goes for 15 yards on the fake, a 1st down. And a lot of fist pumps right now on that sideline. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Set the tone, defense.
Now Carr. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Nick Vigil just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Bravo!
59. Exit.
To throw, it's Carr. Oh, the pressure goes down once more. Carlos there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long.
694!
And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this 1st quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Express!
Mike 51. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
From the gun, it's Carr. He's airing it out for Williams. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Now Joe Mixon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Good opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the sack earlier. Now a tackle for loss, another tackle for loss.
He's really making it tough on the play caller, though, isn't he? Because it's one thing to try and adjust when a guy's disrupting your running game. But when he's messing up your passing game as well, they may have to devote at least a 2nd guy to him to try and keep him away from their plays.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
93, 52, 93, 44, 44.
Here's Dalton. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Max Crosby racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals.
Here you go, Cam.
play fake. Here's Dalton. And pressure gets to him again. Max Crosby, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. So on 4th down, here's Ryan Quigley now to kick this one away. Three 0 after one on EA Sports. Ryan Quigley on now to kick this one away. Let's take it inside his own 40. 49-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Jesse Bates, who led the Bengals in tackles as a rookie, there to make the stop. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Give them a 1st down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Carr. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Darren Waller, the intended receiver.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They will get 4 yards here on the 1st down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Tight down.
Dalton now to pass. Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. 3rd down now.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
First down, Cincinnati.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the Raiders' 46-yard line.
Let's get it.
Hey, hop. Lead.
We're going 25 to Mike.
Hey.
Under 10. 10.
Hey, hop.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from Clemson, Trayvon Mullen. So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
Check three.
Hey, hop.
Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. He'll have a 1st down inside the 10. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD.
Cincinnati.
Giovanni Bernard with touchdown number 7 on the year. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. Bryant's extra point up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. And they're going to him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Ready.
Mike 51.
80 weapons. On the ball. Ready.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Ready.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to her? He has something going really well.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD.
What you just saw there, first-round talent, 2nd year, even more success. A pick 6 for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season is big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year 1. By year 2, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
drive started. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
We know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Express. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. A big play that time for the Raiders. 46 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Greystone travel. Let's go.
Stepping up, he's going to keep, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Taysom Hill with touchdown number 7 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. So they're down in the red zone. They opt to utilize his legs instead of the arm. It works out pretty well.
I like what they were thinking there, because in most situations now, defense is accounting for all the other runners on the field and, of course, for pass plays. But the quarterback position, oftentimes it is unaccounted for. Offense coordinator felt it, dialed it right up.
Inside the red zone, is this something teams should maybe, depending on the quarterback, do more often?
Definitely. If you've got a quarterback who can actually move it with his legs, that's an extra option and an extra weapon for you. I think they should utilize it more often.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell...
He's got the lane, and there he goes. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. John Ross, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Carr got his man complete over the middle. That's Hall. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
Let's go. 18 Gator. Rock it. Jump hard. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Switch. Get it.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. On second down, Washington. 3 yards on the pickup there, but they've only got it back to 3rd and 10. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
Ready? Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. You got three down. 57's Mike. Mike 57.
Who's right, Chief?
Get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
You small.
You got tight.
Easy. Kill.
Let's 57's Mike.
Express. Let's up.
Now this time Carl throw. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Let's go. Take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Once again, they run with Mixon. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
Hands up! Lee!
I'm coming after you! I'm coming after you!
Regular.
They look to throw on third with Dalton. And that will be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
That's a 49-yard punt, 8, though, on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders get a score closer. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some 1st downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Jet sweep, Boyd with it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop it. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll stay on the ground, mixing again. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
And, boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches.
He can't hang. He's not going to give me.
They'll try to pass on 4th down. Dalton, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. They go play action here on 1st down. They'll find his tight end. That's Waller. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he's taken down inside the 30. That one good for 13 and a Raider 1st down. Running is Jacobs. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24. from the 24. Carr, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Geno Atkins make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Not at all what they envisioned on third down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. And this one is right down Broadway. Last season for Carlson, bit of a strange rookie year. Won the Vikings job, then was let go week 2 after going 0 for 3, but he picked things back up.
Remember, he was drafted to cure their kicking woes, and he ends up going 0 for 3 against Green Bay, including the potential game winner. Gets cut, picked up by the Raiders, 16 for 17 the rest of the season. I'd say at the end of the year, a pretty good success story.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. Good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
First down.
Guys up, please. 368. We on them. Hey, orbit.
A first down throw coming for Dalton. Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. Max Crosby in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
From midfield here, Dalton. And the Raiders have got him. Tahir Whitehead in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they've got to make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. 7 yards there and a first down. Derek Carr, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks for the Raiders last year, and they only won 4 games total, so they've got some experience dealing with tight ones. Carr completes it. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. Sean Williams that time in on the stop.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Hey, we're good, we're good. SOS.
On 2nd down now, it's Washington. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. DeAndre Washington, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter. And he takes off with it. It's a fake. And he'll be out of bounds well short of the goal line, so the attempt at the fake extra point unsuccessful. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. The Bengals drive about to get going. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Got a man open. It's Ross. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
368.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that 1st down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Check 26, check 26.
Dalton gives to Bernard. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. Boy, a tight game like this, 4th quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. In on the stop, it's Tahir Whitehead. Well, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Andy Dalton. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a first down to boot. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal as they search for what could be a game-sealing touchdown. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Here's a run with Mixon, and he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon, his 2nd touchdown on the season. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Watch the edge.
Later one.
51 to Mike, boy. 51.
Express.
He's back to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down. One play has him up past the 40 already and another 1st and 10.
Come do. 6:37. Hey, echo.
Hey, alert 3.
Express.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. On 2nd down, it's Washington. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Almost unstoppable on the ground there as that one is good for 39. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
Check 3.
Put that down.
Check.
Express.
Banjo.
They run with Washington. And this time they were ready for him as he's taken down at the line of scrimmage. Carlos Dunlap, the defensive end, the one to bring him down.
2nd and 10.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Express.
Back to throw. And he'll find Hall. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he gets the 1st down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. 1st and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts. And he's into the end zone. No flags. It's a touchdown. And now a 2-point conversion. And we'll be tied here in the final minute.
Do they have one big call left? Here we go. So they got the touchdown they needed to cut this to 2, but now they've got to get back to the huddle. No celebration time. Got to figure out what they're going to do on the 2-point conversion.
They'll look to throw. And it's caught. And with it, we are tied here in the fourth. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. This fielded at the 2. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. All right, here's Dalton. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining.
Right there. All day, baby. Check. Mike 50. Dude.
You go, kid. Hey, wahoo!
Watch QB drop.
Big spot, Andy Dalton. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 17-yard line. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick 6 or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit. On this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry him.
He's got daylight. 20.